Good morning, everybody. Um, Today is July 26th, the day after my big grocery haul yesterday, which I managed to spend only $144. So that made my total to be 464, I think, for the month of July. Which is great because my goal was to have it around, well, my goal was between 300 and 450 because 450 is half of my grocery budget because I do $900 a month. So it was a little bit more than that, but I did get some deals and I replenished things that I needed and that my family would eat. I just want to have a little chat about this low spend month of June, which I spent under $200 for the month, and July, which I spent $450 a month. So in June, I saved $600, and I sent that back to hubby to go put on debt. And this month it'll be 450, well, 400 or so. I'll send it back. So that's a whole $1,000 that I didn't spend that we are repurposing to something else. That's huge. Okay, that doesn't mean that my grocery budget should be this amount all the time. Because the reason why I could do it this amount is because over the year I've bought things that we normally eat on sale and stocked up, so haven't needed to buy stuff. If I went and bought everything from my meal plan from scratch each week or every 2 weeks, my my grocery hauls would be like 450, if not more, for 2 weeks. Because those things are not always on sale every time. But what this low spend month has really made me think is I have been buying some things more than my family eats. So I usually will, if I'm going to try a new thing, I'll buy one or two of something because sometimes it's not enough of a portion for one. Like, a can of something is barely a side dish, so I usually pick up two of something. And we'll try it. I, but things that we were normally eating, my family's tastes have changed. And then that's normal, I guess, because I'm like, I've noticed it before, but I never really paid attention to it. So I was just keep on buying what I was buying normally all the time, and stuff wasn't getting eaten as fast. So I noticed this last year in 2017 because in 2016 my kids would eat cereal a couple times a week. And so we would go through cereal. So whenever it was on sale, certain brands, I'd pick up a box. But then we weren't eating it that much in 2017 to the point that my kids eat cereal maybe about once a month now, maybe twice a month. We're not morning people, right? Even like we'll get up, I'm the only morning person, we'll get up and they'll go off to school without grabbing breakfast, but they'll, in their lunch, they always grab extra stuff, so extra fruit and stuff, because they can eat not messy stuff first period of class. They start school at 8 o'clock in the morning. Well, they're not morning people. They need to be up for a bit to before they can eat. So they usually grab an apple, like an applesauce or a yogurt tube, or a muffin or something like that they can eat at first period of class. Then they have their lunch. So we're really only a 2 meal a day type family any given time, plus a snack. You know, on the weekends, my family sleeps in. We have a brunch, which happens somewhere between 10:30 and 1, and then we have supper around 6:30, 7. You know, in between that time, we might have a snack. If we are out and about, we might grab a snack somewhere around 2 or 3. If we're like, or we'll go and do an early supper to go to the movies or something like that, or do the movies first, which you get like popcorn or something like that, and then eat supper like at 8 o'clock, um, because that's just how we are. Um, and I've tried, like when the kids were small, they used to eat, 3 meals plus like 3 little snacks. It was all little bits, but they're not big on that anymore. Like, they'd rather have two more meals, and snacks of some fruit or veggies or popcorn or, maybe chips or a granola bar or something like that, depending on if it's a school day or not. Um, but what I've learned is our tastes are changing. That stuff that I was buying in January because it was on sale, like for example, actually September, I bought a whole bunch. I bought 12 things of pasta and 12 things of sauce. Now, you need more sauce. Like one package of pasta is 900 grams, so you really need like 2 things of sauce for a package of pasta if you're using pasta in the sauce all the time. I just finished well, it's not even finished, it's still half in the fridge. A can of sauce. And I still have pasta. I mean, I did pick up last grocery haul a thing of macaroni because my family wanted baked macaroni and cheese, and it's really hard to do baked macaroni and cheese without macaroni. I've done it with other shells, but it's not quite the same. Um, but we still have pasta. We still have lots of spaghetti, lots of fettuccine, lots of shells, um, that type of stuff. Will it go bad? No. It's fine. But other things like fresh fruit and veggies. My daughter wanted oranges 2 grocery hauls ago. So it was either, well, was it July 14th? I have to look back. It was either July 14th or June 21st. When we were at Costco, I picked them up. They're still in the fridge. They're still perfectly fine because they're little clementines, but we're not eating them as fast as I normally would be. Now, in the past, what I've done is, oh, my kids want clementines. Oh, there's only like 3 or 4 left. I'll buy another bag. So now there's 3 or 4 left, plus another couple pounds of oranges. Well, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going to buy another bag. If there's like 1 or 2, I might buy another bag. But there's like 4 or 5. We're eating that because what's happening is that they sit for a while, and then those 4 or 5 go bad, and then nobody wants them, and then they think the other ones are bad, but they're not because they're fresher. So it's just kind of revamping the way I'm seeing what foods we're eating. Like for example, cereal. I was really tempted at buying Frosted Flakes yesterday when we were at Costco because they were on sale for $6.99, the big huge box, and that's a pretty good deal. I would never buy it at their regular price because a box of cereal, that's about 3 boxes of our cereal for like $3 a box here. Um, it might go down to $2.50 for the big one, and the big one from Costco is about 3 times that size of a normal box. But I'm like, no, I'm going to wait till all the cereal is done here because I do have some Frosted Flakes. That's my kind of treat. That's my favorite cereal. And I have other cereals that my kids had asked for, or hubby had asked for, and they're here. They will get eaten. I'm not going to buy, if we run out of Frosted Flakes, I will buy another box of Frosted Flakes. But I'm not going to buy another box. Like I won't die 3 or 4 days without Frosted Flakes because I eat Frosted Flakes like once every 2 weeks, or once a week. It's not a big deal. So, so things like that, just rethinking things. Um, this past time I did pick up taco kits, but in the past, whenever taco kits were on sale, I'd pick up one. Okay, we weren't eating tacos as fast as taco kits would go on sale. Now, this time I picked them up because I had coupons to save $5 on fresh produce if I bought a taco kit and a salsa. And so I'm like, okay, we have none in the cupboard now because I actually used them all up. over the past 2 months. Um, like parts of them, other than I have a few of the seasonings, because we use the wraps, the soft wraps, as wraps, um, instead of as taco kits, um, just because they were there and they need to be used up because they were going to expire. They would still be fine after expiration date because it's a kind of more of a sell by date, versus it's going to go bad on that day. So now I have two taco kits and two things of hard shells because I found out, but they're fancy hard shells. So in September, I will plan tacos. Or maybe in August I might plan tacos. It depends. My family likes them, but not a lot. Um, I really enjoyed doing, like, actually really looking at my fridge, really looking at my freezer, moving stuff out and seeing stuff at the back, and like going, oh, I forgot I have this much cheese or this, because the stuff gets fallen at the back, and you don't pay attention to it. Um, so looking through all the different condiments in my fridge has really helped me be creative with recipes. Like I had like some blueberry jam that we weren't too fond of as blueberry jam, but we put it on top of muffins, and it tasted great. I have some apricot jam that I'm going to be using for a pork roast. This is the reason why I bought it, because I made like this Chinese 5 spice pork roast, and it called for half a jar of apricot jam. Only problem is I now have two half or quarter jars because we have tried it on toast, and it's okay. But that's what I'm going to use. So I'm like finding specific ingredients and finding recipes to use them in. So it's made me be more creative outside the box. Usually at lunchtime options versus supper, because there's always some sort of leftovers that we can play with. And just going out of the comfort zone. Since it's been summertime, we've been wanting at least once a week, like some sort of cold meal, just because it's too hot. So making sushi. Um, I made Vietnamese rolls before, and you've seen me on my channel have them, and we had them a couple times there. Great way to use leftover veggies. Great way to use leftover lettuce, cucumber, carrots, whatever veggies you can slice up, put in there. Leftover meat, whatever you have, a cup of chicken left, throw it in there. You just need some noodles, or you don't need noodles. You can just put more lettuce. And the rice papers, they're dirt cheap. You know, like I paid $2 for like 30 or something of them. So you can make it really cheap, and it's something different. And the sushi, um, I found more Calrose rice. I'm making sushi almost all the time, like all the time. Especially when I have kids' lunches, I'll make cucumber sushi, or the fake crab meat ones, or the cooked shrimp ones. I don't know about the salmon because the salmon could go bad more easily, but I could do all that. My daughter really liked it with beef and with chicken, so why not? Um, but what I've also come to the conclusion for is when I'm back to my regular grocery shopping is to really just think about, well, to have a working pantry list, a working freezer list, to see exactly how many things we have. Because the problem was, I was always underestimating what we had. So I'd buy 2 or 3, and then I come home, and there'd already be 3 here, and of something. And let's say it takes me a couple months to go through one. Well, that's like 6 months or a year to go through all that stuff. Most things have a sell by date a year and a half, 2 years from production date. So it's been on the shelf. You usually have about a year from you buying it on the shelf. Well, that's fine, but you and having stuff past that date is not an issue, because even the food banks are allowed to give them away up to a year past expiration date, except for baby food and baby formula. And even then, it's the quality and the nutritional value doesn't change much, even past that, unless it gets spoiled or banged up or something like that. So, but I don't want to have expired stuff. I want stuff at the prime that it is, but I also don't want to pay a lot of money. So I will be just reevaluating what we're actually eating and purchase like that. So thanks for staying tuned with me and following my low spend month journey. Nope, I'm recording. Bye. Have a great day. See you on the next video. Bye, friends.